Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM21 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's part 78 today and this is massive in the context of our season. We face Leicester away in the Carabao Cup Quarter Final as we chase our first trophy in England and Tottenham's first trophy in over 20 years. And then we face Manchester United, the side above us in the Premier League, the only side stopping us from being at the top. And as our consistency continues against the sides outside the top 7, we've got to make sure we can try and get results against the ones at the top. So hopefully we'll be able to do that today. If you're looking forward to finding out, please do put a thumbs up on the video. A few little injury knocks as you can see, but that's not going to deter us. So if you're looking forward to the rest of the season and seeing what we can achieve, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. Check us out on Twitch as well. There's a link in the description below. But let's go and get into this game against Leicester via our results screen. We've only played a couple of games off camera. You're with me, of course, for Chelsea and Arsenal, which was a big improvement from the prior episode. We then had a disappointing 2-2 draw away at Lokomotiv Moscow, but we rested everyone from the first team. So you can see Andre Barnes from the under-23s. He started against Lokomotiv, came off the bench against West Brom. And mostly it was just getting players fit, getting players into the squad and getting them football. So Max Soden played, Lee Farrell played, even Mohamed Kamara coming back from injury got a game. Willock did pick up a knock off the bench, that was a bit of a shame, but we still got a decent result and we remained unbeaten in the group and topped it, which was essential. In terms of the Premier League, we rested everyone near enough against West Brom. So Siyuncu was coming back from injury, Sina had to start a right back because Justin was injured, Willems was in goal of course, but I think that was about it from the usual first 11. Esposito, one we would have liked to have rested, but in the end he ended up being crucial. He scored the winning goal with a thunderous strike from the edge. Marchand got the other one earlier on. I didn't tell you the scorers against Lokomotiv either. A Boga penalty and Thomas Parks. But all of this means nothing because we've got Leicester today. And the difference with the Premier League matches, we've only had 48 hours off. Whereas Leicester, if we go back, played on Saturday against Burnley. So they've had an extra day's rest. And we've even had our youth intake preview. So let's go and have a look at that quickly as well. It came through this morning and unfortunately it's a very mediocre group of players coming through. However, one of our fullbacks has got a lot of promise and there's a young attacking midfielder from Southwark who has caught the eye. And with Marchand being on loan in a number 10 role, we could do with a good backup for the future. But that's all to look forward to later down the line. We're sort of here for the long haul at Tottenham now. We want to take them to the top. But this game is probably more important than many others because if we can get close to and win a trophy, it will change the shape of this series and Tottenham's future. We've not got to worry about the Leicester striker who was top scorer in the league last year. That man was Gutierrez. But if we go back to their transfers at the end of last year, he went to Arsenal for 67 million. But this is the lineup we've gone for. We're going to have to put a few slightly tired players on the bench, though I'm not sure which ones to gamble with in some positions. So Murato on for Siyuncu. I'm just trying to look after fitness. Esposito is one I'd like to get on the bench in case we need to drop to a holding midfielder. So he's going to come on for Boga. My worry is, if we look on the right wing, Santos is back from injury, can only do 75 minutes. And Sina's got a heavy match load at right back, who we've got no backup for. But otherwise, it's our first 11. Most of it is very well rested, as you can see. And there's 11 days off after this game as well. So I'm almost giving them a mid-season break. And hopefully that will be appreciated and it will make a difference as we move forward. Particularly if we're chasing 2, 3 or 4 competitions. So we've got Loic Willems in goal, developing really quickly. Quick becoming a world-class keeper rather than just a wonder kid. Sina and Smith the fullbacks with Longley and LaMonaco at centre-half. We've got Reina and Montalval in the middle. Santos right and Yildiz the attacking midfield 3. And Pereira up front. Goals galore. Still not playing brilliantly, not setting the world alight. But he's scoring goals every game. And that's all you can really ask for. So into it we go. It's the Carabao Cup Quarter Final. And hopefully, just hopefully, Spurs don't bottle it. Let's go and find out. So 8 changes from the game 2 days ago for us. Still a few good players there. Aaron Hickey's now the left back. Goretzka's there in the middle. Nikola Vlasic. Wilfred Ndidi alongside Eric Garcia at centre-half. Harvey Elliott on the bench as well with João Pedro and Daniel James and Alexander Zinchenko. But the big story and the potential disaster for us is up front. Dominic Solanke, the man that the director of football before we joined last summer, signed for God knows how much, £60 million. He was sold on to Leicester this summer for half the price, having not scored a goal for Tottenham. And he could haunt us today. But we're going to hope that doesn't happen. We're going to tell the lads to prove a point. We're going to get out there and try our best. and fingers crossed we can reach the semi-final. Well, in terms of the big boys, Chelsea already have the lead against Sheffield United in one of the other quarter-finals, and Leicester are surging down the right against us here. We're trying to get wide to close down, but it's not worked out. Vlasic to the byline, into the box. Solanke's shot blocked by Monaco. Almost haunted us within 7 minutes. But thankfully it wasn't to be. It's a corner kick still though. The danger is not gone. Laporte puts it in, unmarked at the back post. And Didi's shot cleared off the line. Wright brings it away though, and now it's a 2-on-2. Pereira's with him, but he can't get there. And it's cleared downfield. Monaco intercepts. Starting to make his way into the first team now. Ended his unhappiness, and he's got a new deal. And Ryan Wright's ended his as well. So we are getting there quickly. As Santos, returning from injury, gets it on the right to Sina. Reina drifts wide as well, and it's back into Montalval. Can we find the right ball? Back out to Sina on the right wing. To Reina. There's 4 in the middle. One of them's Yildiz. And I tell you what, for a winger, he's stunning in the air. Wins so many headers, creates so many chances. But none on target yet. 20 minutes gone. It's still 0-0 here between Leicester and Spurs. Well, half-time here. It's been a very dull game. Chelsea have doubled their lead against Sheffield United. They're making easy work of their mid-table opposition. We're not quite doing the same here, but there's still some positives. We've got to get Ryan Wright playing. Even though his unhappiness has ended, he's still not really developing. I might try him in a slightly different role just to see how that works out. As Dahlberg goes long for Leicester to Van Dessel. From the corner, they've counter-attacked. Solanke's in. Don't do it. Oh no. Dominic Solanke scored the goal. We just knew it from the start. It was always going to happen. And a side that have kept clean sheets galore this season have conceded a very silly goal. It's Leicester's first shot on target. And Solanke shows a level of finishing he never produced here. As Vlasic nicks it off Montalval, he's been very poor recently. Solanke's become world class. He's skinned the defender and he's tried to backheel it in from 12 yards. That's embarrassing. Wins it back before the clearance as well. But not the best start to the second half. The boys have come out woefully. We're going to berate them because it's not been a good display since half-time. As Yildiz gets it on the left. We'll make changes after this one. Again, a 5-yard pass concedes possession. There's 3 of those in 10 minutes and they've all led to Leicester chances and one of them the goal. Solanke's got himself in again. Absolutely appalling. So let's go and get some subs on. Montalval's anxious. He's not been very good. So we're going to bring on Kamara, who's motivated. Just because he's purely in a better mindset. Ryan Wright in a number 10. I don't know what it is with him. Just not performing. So we're going to bring on Lee Farrell. Reina will become the number 10. And we'll swap those two like that. And then on the right wing, Santos isn't fit. He's not playing great. But we'll give him 10 more minutes. And hopefully he can find a bit of magic from somewhere. As we're back with a throw on the right for Sina. Just about to come past the hour mark. Santos finds Reina. Short to Pereira. Where's the magic? Gets a 1-2 with the Yildiz. In towards Reina. Just hacked away, last-ditch defending. Farrell gets it wide to Sina again, though. 4 in the box. It's into Pereira. And just like every other game, a poor performance, not really offered much, which for his attributes you'd expect more, but always pops up with a goal. And it is invaluable to have that sort of player in your team. We've got a warning to close down Solanke, who's decided to be world-class today. And with 20 minutes to go, I've left it too late. Santos off injured again. It better be a minor one because we're going to live to regret that otherwise. I was literally about to do it. And Santa Maria's coming on. 20 minutes to go. And it's all square here. It's all to play for a place in the semi-final. And Smith's thrown in from the left to a Yildiz. Can we nick that again? You've got to say this season, we've not won many games convincingly, particularly in the domestic competitions. It's all been about narrow victories and professional displays. As Smith delivers back to Kamara. What a time that would have been for his first goal. Puts it wide at a post. A fit Kamara probably scores that. But for now, it remains 1-1. We've got 10 minutes to go. It's been a very even match. And those resting players the last 2 games doesn't seem to have worked out in fairness. A Yildiz looks knackered. It's a Leicester free kick. And Didi loses out in the air. Can we nick it on the counter? Pereira's got it right hand side. So 3-on-3 as men are getting up in support quickly. Pereira's trying to do it himself though. And gives the ball away to Hickey. Really poor play. He's supposed to be world class in all attributes. He doesn't look good anywhere else than in front of goal. As Santa Maria back to him. Finds the Yildiz. Back to Pereira. Nearly scores a cracking goal just after I slated him. I don't think there's any more subs if we go to extra time. But maybe it's straight to penalties actually. So 2 minutes to go. We're going to go attacking. And we've got a penalty shootout here between Leicester and Tottenham. Let's go and pick our players. So the top 4 are all confident or positive. That's what we want to see. So Pereira, Reina, Kamara. Sina apparently is 4th. So we'll get him in as well. Longlay's more composed and he's positive, so we'll get him in next. And then after that, I'm going to go for the ones that have got the better mentality because there's not much between them attribute-wise. Let's pump the fist. Let's say we should be winning it. And let's get them on fire. But Perea was demotivated. That's not what we wanted to see at this point. As Vlasic steps up from the spot. First penalty kick and it's in for Leicester. And that is never the start you want when you go in second. Perea, his mentality wasn't right. He didn't look confident. What's he going to do with a spot kick though? Scored the goal to get us here and scores his penalty. He was never in doubt. And we should be told off just for doubting him for a split second. As Harvey Elliott, the sub, is on to take the second one. Can the keeper Willems be a hero? He can't that time. Went the right way, but just into the bottom corner beyond him. Unfortunately, didn't really look like getting there. It was perfectly placed. As Reina steps up second. Looked confident, but he's an average attribute. Doesn't matter. Sends the keeper the wrong way. 2 apiece. Leon Goretzka, the experienced German midfielder, is third up for Leicester. Just give us a chance, Loic. Make the save. He doesn't. It's a brilliant penalty again. Right into the corner for the hosts. And now Kamara steps up, has barely kicked a ball for us. Missed a glorious chance to make it 2-1. And now he steps up, not match fit, but perfectly placed with a penalty. You can't get rid of that sort of experience. Into the corner it goes. 3-3, perfect so far. Yeah, Pedro steps up for Leicester. Into the corner. It's getting to squeaky bum time now. Any miss is going to be crucial. And we're down to those with very average attributes. Cena, the right back, is the first of them. Steps up into the corner. It's sudden death. No penalties have been missed so far. Wilfred Ndidi, the Nigerian, must be well into his 30s now. Against the youngster Loic Willems, it's in. And now we're down to the very average ones. And unfortunately, I don't see a way we win this shootout. It's Longley who steps up. He's got a poor attribute, but he had a good mentality. If he's got that composure, it should be 5-5. But we've been through enough penalty shootouts to know there's heartache. This one's not to be, though. Brilliant penalty from Longley. Slides it in the corner. And it's now Aaron Hickey, the left-back, who steps up for Leicester. Come on, Willems. Make a save. He doesn't need to. It's wide off the outside of the post. Hickey misses. And now Aaron Smith, the left-back, the English superstar, has the chance to win it. One left-back misses. Can the other score? And we could sneak through to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup by the skin of our teeth. Aaron Smith, left-footed, up against the keeper. It is miles wide. Didn't even look like hitting the target. It almost looked like a deliberate miss. Van Dessel steps up. Saved by Willems. He's giving us a chance, the young Belgian. Who's next? Is it another defender? I can't even remember. It's Santa Maria, the right winger. Now, the left-footers haven't looked particularly good so far, have they? The 2 left-backs with woeful pens. Loic Willems has given us a chance. And for the second time, a Spurs player steps up with a chance to win it. Santa Maria misses as well. What's going on here? 10 perfect penalties, now 4 missed in a row. Leicester have got another left-footer stepping up. Willems can't save this one, and now we're under pressure. Yildiz steps up. He's got to score, but he's another left-footer. And he's not got a good penalty rating. He's probably not that confident. Sem Yildiz, and it's saved. We are out of the Carabao Cup. The Spurs bottle job comes along again. 20 years without a trophy, and every time we play a big game, we see why. A decent performance, a result that does not reflect it. But on penalties, we had 2 chances to win it, and both of them put miles wide of the post. We've seen it time and time again. Mentality is the thing missing from this Spurs side. And probably our best chance to win a trophy this year has just passed us by. But we've got to start getting results against the big boys. We'll be back in a moment to find out if we can. We've had 11 days to recover from the League Cup disappointment, and we are back with Premier League action. Chelsea have beaten Liverpool. They closed the gap to 3 points. And this is where it could all start to go wrong. If we lose this game, if we don't beat Everton, who are having an awful season after finishing 5th last year, we could start to become in a spot of bother. So let's go and see what our assistant recommends and what changes we need to make to the team. I've removed the subs between the cup game and this one because I'm focusing on the EFL trophy as well for the under-23s, trying to get a winning habit into some of our players. For this game though, Esposito will replace Montalval. I want to go as solid as possible, and again, we can go to that standard 4-3-3 if we need to. Santos will be replaced by who? Santa Maria is not fit. So do I go for Soden or for Boga? I think I have to go for Boga. He's more experienced and he's a more traditional winger. The rest of the squad then will basically pick itself because there's not many more than 7 fit there. So defensively, I can only see Nuno Mendes who's fit. We're really struggling for players back there. In midfield, we'll have Lee Farrell, we'll have Kamara, we've got Montalval. But basically, bar the one we promoted from the under-23s, the rest of the squad picks itself. It's the 18 that are fit, and this is where the big fire sale in the summer starts to backfire. So from the cup game, we've got a few changes in the side. The enforced one on the right is Boga coming in. He replaces the injured Santos, who we just brought back too early, I'm afraid. And Esposito is in for Montalval. That is going for experience over naivety. Montalval's been in poor form recently. Probably doesn't deserve the start today. So Esposito comes in and will hopefully do a solid job. And we've had a go at Ryan Wright for his poor form as well. So hopefully he bounces back too. But into it we go. 2 changes then. And fingers crossed, victory in the Premier League. The only other thing I will say as we get into the game, the £195 million man Callum Hudson-Odoi's there. Kulusevski, brilliant player. Beneke the same. Frankie de Jong's at centre-half. And James Simpson is the England right-back. But it's a really good team otherwise. 3 of the originals on the bench. De Gea, Wan-Bissaka and Fernandes. But a good Manchester United side dominating English football at the minute. And we're going to try and prove a point and compete with them. So the other thing I didn't mention injury-wise is Pereira's had a slight knock between these games. So he's not quite fully match fit. But we've got 2 big games in 3 days and a big injury already. We said at the start, the only thing we haven't got covering is defence. And within 3 minutes, Le Monaco's injured. If that's a muscle strain, we'll have a look after the game. I'll be furious. So we've got a left-back who can play centre-half. Not very well, and he's left-footed only. Longley is also left-footed, I believe. He is. So one of them's got to play on the right side. I'm going to go for Longley because he'll probably be the better of the 2 there. But that is the worst disaster to start the game. So hopefully we don't have too much pressure defensively. Or I'd imagine we're going to concede a few in this one. The only positive really is that United haven't threatened us so far. That they've got to throw in on the right hand side now. 26 on the clock. It's Trung on the right hand side. Simpson's overlapping, but they go back to de Jong instead. And they're playing out from the back. They're keeping it simple. They're keeping possession. And eventually the big switch cleared by Longley. All the way back to Simpson at right back. And United start again. They're not deterred by us clearing it long. And they've just got a free rein to run down the right here. And Wright does really well to get back. Yildiz plays a 1-2 of Esposito. Smith hacks it downfield. Pereira holds it up. If ever there's a game we need individual magic, it's this one. Pereira beats his man right side of the box. Cuts back and he's brought down. It's going to be a free kick. It was definitely outside the box. Here he is. He's coming back now. It's a free kick. We knew that already. It was so clear to see. Don't know why VAR took so long. But half an hour gone, we'll certainly take this. I think 0-0 would be a fabulous result. Back in first half stoppage time is a corner kick to Tottenham Hotspur. Just 1 shot on target for each side. Certainly one for the purists rather than those who are casual fans. Reina rattles the post there. It was a brilliant effort. And it looks like we're going to play out a goalless draw in the first half. As Cena picks it up against a Longley. You've got to say for Mendes, for all that he's done mentally at the club, for all he's done behind the scenes in the dressing room, he's done alright since coming on in this one. Particularly out of position as well. Esposito's looks solid. He plays wide to Aaron Smith. Bit worried about his yellow card, though he finds a Yildiz. He's charging down the line, back to Smith again. Can we get that crossing? Can we find the poacher? It's into the box. Pereira's there! The keeper makes a bit of a flap and a hash of it. But it drops to Pereira 6 yards out. And we all know what that means. 1-0 Tottenham Hotspur on the stroke of half-time. The perfect time to take the lead here. A wonderful half, a brilliant performance again. And for all our disappointment in the Cups, could it be the Premier League we should be chasing? We're going to tell the lads to prove a point. We're going to keep them motivated. If we can replicate that again, we're in a title race here. Let's see if we can do it. As it's a throw for Tottenham on the left. Another advanced position. Smith throws it in, but Yildiz loses out. Brilliant from Esposito. So well recovered there. Plays a 1-2 with Reina. Keeps it in the middle with the American international. Here's Esposito again. They're just playing it between the 2 of them. Gets it wide to Smith though. A pass that unlocks the defence. Smith can cross. There's 5 in there. It's blocked though. And now when Simpson clears, they've got a counter on. Our men are flooding back. Trung finds Fabian. Into Kulusevski. Long ball downfield. Mendes heads away. Really good defending. Reina and Esposito so solid in there. Finds Pereira to right. To Yildiz. Out to the right hand side. It's intercepted on its way through. To Cena. Back to right. We've boxed them in here. They can't get out their own half. Esposito's got the ball to Perea. There's 2 over on the left. Yildiz is 1 to Ryan Wright. Oh, it's brilliant. He's been awful for weeks and weeks and weeks. We gave him a kick up the backside. We said it wasn't good enough. And Ryan Wright, with a rocket from 30 yards, has made it 2-0 Tottenham Hotspur. And as it stands, if we can get that result against Everton, with half of the league season played, we will be in charge of the title race. Let's go and make a change on the right wing. Boga is shattered. He can be replaced by Soden. He'll be an inverted winger, back to our normal tactic. Yes, we went out on penalties in the cup. We bottled it on the big stage. But it could all be worthwhile. If we win nothing but the Premier League, I'll certainly take it right now. As Trincao gets forward, this game is not over yet. Kulusevski to Hudson-Odoi. Esposito's in. Hits the post. Longley made the mistake there. And Smith hacks it downfield to Simpson. The 2 England international fullbacks combining. Not supposed to be in Smith's instance. But here is Simpson on the right. Crosses it in. Hudson-Odoi's there. And it's just wide of the far post. We survive at 2-0. 15 minutes left. And we're seeing more and more highlights, which is cause for concern. As Longley plays out to Rayner. He switches it left. Yildiz can't get there. It's a terrible pass. And Trincao can bring it forward. He gets it down the right-hand side to Simpson. Chance to get to the byline. Simpson picks it up into the box. Finds Fabian. Off the crossbar. Cena heads away. And Soden will get there to back him up. And hopefully that will be the end of that one. We've got 10 minutes to go. Yildiz is knackered. So we're going to have to change things up here. Rayner will go over to the left wing. He'll be an inverted winger on support. We'll bring Montalval on in the middle as a Mazzala. And then we'll bring Wright into centre midfield. Esposito into the holding role. We've done this in the other games where we want to hang on. Defensive midfielder on defend. Deep line playmaker on support for Ryan Wright. And 10 minutes to hold on. A brilliant display so far. Now can we see it out professionally? It's a corner kick for United. 1 minute plus stoppage time. Could yet be a grandstand finish. But Nuno Mendes heads away the Bruno Fernandes corner. Beats his international teammate though. It's out to Simpson on the right. Where on earth did the defence go? Simpson crossed. There were 3 players in there. The defence were nowhere to be seen. So we're going balanced. We've got 4 minutes of stoppage time. And it's time for all the time wasting tactics. And with 3 minutes of stoppage time to go, United play long from the back. Trincao loses out to Smith in the air. We wouldn't mind a third to wrap things up. Rayner switches it. It was poor though. Fabian plays out from the back. Puts down the left to Esposito. Beats the fullback. Cuts inside to Fabian. Switch of play to Trincao. Smith's beaten easily. They're going to equalise, aren't they? In Fergie time as well. But Trincao puts it just wide of the post. It remains 2-1. There are 2 minutes to hold on. I think we're going to do it. Tottenham Hotspur are top of the league. We are well in the title race now. And after bitter disappointment in the Carabao Cup, the trophy I thought we were going to win, we get a stunning victory in the Premier League in the one I thought we couldn't, to go top of the league with 18 played. Injury news quickly. 2 weeks out for Monaco. Not the best time for it in a busy Christmas period. However, we're top by 3 points and we'll certainly take that. Of course, bitter disappointment in the League Cup. But we're still in the big 3. We've still got an opportunity to win something. Let's have a look at the schedule for when we'll be back. Of course, the January transfer window is looming, so I think we'll look just after that, to be honest. And then if not, it's City and Liverpool again. And that might be what we come back for, because there are 2 games where we folded this season, and there are only 2 league defeats as it stands. So we might as well come back for revenge, or to see if they can put another spanner in the works for us. So if you're looking forward to that, and you did enjoy that big brilliant performance against United, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know what you thought in the comments of the bottle job in the Carabao Cup quarters as well. But a good display against United. Maybe we are in a title race. I know over 38 games with a smaller squad it's harder, but we've still got that quality. We're still in Europe, we're still in the FA Cup. There's an awful lot yet to play for at Tottenham Hotspur. So if you want to see what we can do for the rest of the season, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts as daily content releases from 2 long-term stories. There's a link to all the playlists and the podcast channel in the eye above too. But a big thanks for watching, for continuing to follow along with this head coach story. And I'll see you next time. Will the title race still be on, or will we have fallen away? I'll see you next time to find out.